What is up guys, Tech James here. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the RK2020 Handheld console. So I've kind of reviewed similar consoles like this in the past. I think there was one called the Arbonic, there was one by BitBoy as well. I think that was like the Pocket Go 2. So it's basically a handheld console, but this one is pretty good. This one can run Nintendo 64 games, PSP games and Dreamcast games. So this one is a lot more higher powered than the previous ones in the past. It's got a pretty good CPU and a graphics card inside. So in this video we're just going to unbox it, we're going to test out a few games, and we're basically going to see how it performs. If you guys would like to get these, what I'm going to do is leave a link to it in the description. This was actually sent to me by RK Console themselves. Let's go over to their website in a second, but before we check out the website, let's just go ahead and open it. All of the specs are on the website, but it does have a few specs on the box. So it says for retro games, it's got a headphone jack, a built-in speaker, an IPS screen, brightness and volume adjustment. It has a rechargeable battery at 2600 mAh, so that's probably like 5 hours of constant playing, I think, maybe a little bit more, and it's got USB Type-C, so that is nice to see. Like I said, it's got all of the specs on the website, and that looks like the only specs that are on the box. So let's just go and open it. We can take a look at the console, and then I'll show you guys the specs a bit later. So it looks like it comes in a plastic bag. We will have a look at this in a second. I guess we can see what else we got in the box. Some protective foam so it doesn't get damaged. We have got some kind of section which kind of pulls out. And it looks like we've got a USB Type-C cable. We have also got an SD card adapter. And we have also got, what is this? Oh, it's like one of those thumb grip covers. So if you don't want to damage the thumb grip, you can actually just put that over. That's kind of interesting they included that. I've actually never seen one of these consoles include something like this before. We can put that on in a second. So just your very basic micro SD card to USB adapter. Sometimes these don't really work that well. I guess we can try it in the video. We've also got some kind of instruction manual. This one is in Chinese, but I'm sure there is some in English. I guess we can have a quick look. Although, do people even use instruction manuals? So there's the English section of the user manual. I don't know. I never really have a look at these. I always just look at the website. And just your fairly basic USB Type-C charging cable, and you can probably connect it to your computer like this as well. I don't know. Obviously you can just connect the SD card if you want to. That's probably easier. So here we are on the console itself. This one is a nice purple colour. I think it's coming up blue on the camera. What we can do is we can actually put on that little rubber D-pad. Without it, it's just plastic. It's probably a bit nicer if you actually just go ahead and clip it on. They're very easy to clip on. It's just like that. There you go. Yeah, I think that actually works a bit better. We've got your X, Y, A and B, just like the DS and other consoles. We've got select and start. Obviously we've got a D-pad, we've got a joystick, just like on the PSP. Down here we have got the SD card, and we also have a reset button. What size is the SD card? I honestly don't know. Let's just have a look. This one is 32 gigabytes, so you can get quite a lot of games on that. Definitely your classic games, because those games are fairly small in size. I don't know if this has ROMs pre-installed. Obviously we're going to find out. We've got a battery in the back. If we have a look at the top, we have got R, we've got R2, we've got left, and we've got left 2. That's always useful to have. Looks like we have a TV port, so does that mean like audio jack, I guess? Power button, USB Type-C, and we also have a normal USB port. Now I think they said on the website you can put a Wi-Fi dongle in there. I do actually have one laying around. So the other ones I've got are kind of big, so this one seems like the right size, but it just seems a bit weird why you'd want that kind of sticking at the top. I mean, if you get a Wi-Fi connection, I guess that's good. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, I guess it's okay, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to work, because when I had this working on my computer, I actually had to install a driver for it. So like I said guys, links to the RK2020 Retro Console will be in the description of this video, and if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, I do actually have a coupon code that you can use for 8% off, and that is just EXME. So if you add it to cart or purchase with PayPal, make sure to enter EXME to just get a little bit of money off. And there's a few colours. They've got black transparent and they've also got purple translucent. So obviously this is the one that I've currently got. And let's just have a look at the settings and the description of the item. You can also purchase one with a bag, by the way. It's only like a few dollars extra, so not really too bad at all. And if it does play Nintendo 64 games and PSP games, that's not really too bad of a price considering how powerful it is. A lot of these small handhelds really struggle with Nintendo 64. RK2020 Games Console is equipped with surprising features, which allow you to play those old school games without any issues or delay. PSP, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, and more. Enjoy gaming. So let's have a look at these specifications. OS RetroArch or RetroArch, whatever you prefer to call it. That's very interesting. I haven't seen one of these things with RetroArch used as like the main operating system. The CPU, you've got a rock chip in there. The most important part is it's 1.3 GHz. That's pretty good, not too bad at all, especially good for one of these mini handhelds. The graphics card is a Mali G31. Doesn't really mean much to me, but you can always Google these things. It's got 1GB of DDR3L, that's for the RAM. 1GB RAM, pretty good in one of these things. That's kind of like your Windows XP computer if you're trying to base it off a computer. The storage is the SPI flash, internal boot micro SD card. So it comes with an SD card and it comes with the firmware installed, so you don't have to worry about that. The display is a 3.5 inch 320 by 480 IPS screen, and I have a feeling it's a glass screen, but I'm not 100% sure. We've got a headphone jack, got a battery, like I said, 2600 mAh, I think around about 5 hours of playtime. D-pad, all of our buttons, I've kind of showed you guys these already. We've got a USB port and a USB type A for Wi-Fi dongle or external controller, so you can plug in a controller if you want to. That's pretty cool. And external micro SD card slot. Yeah, obviously we've already seen that as well. And that's everything we've got in the box. So yep, ours came with everything. And that looks like pretty much it. If you guys want to check out their website, like I said, I'm going to link it if you want to do some more research on it. Looks like they've got some videos and stuff and some pretty good information about it. And it's definitely high quality. It's a lot more premium than other ones I've had in the past. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. I mean, some of the ones I've reviewed in the past even lagged on Game Boy Advance games. So hopefully this one is good. Like I said, I think it's got ROMs installed, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go on to it and let's just see what it's like. Before I forget, they also have it on Amazon, but it's a little bit more expensive, so I'd probably just recommend using their regular website. This does actually have a screen protector on, so if you want to peel it off, you can do. I'm just going to take mine off for this video just so you guys can see it as clear as possible. And let's go ahead and just power it on. The power button is this button right here. So let's just hold this button for a couple of seconds. Boots up. We've got hard kernel. I haven't ever seen this before. And MUELEC. Emulec. I don't know how you pronounce that. Said it's free software. Never purchase it. That is a very good point. It looks like it's loading in, and is it RetroArch though? Yeah, this does look like RetroArch. I just noticed the battery is a bit low, so I might have to charge it up a bit. This theme they've got right here is very nice. I'm also noticing it tells you how many games you've got. So this one's got 11 ROMs on it. And what we can do is we can scroll on the D-pad and we can see everything that we have got installed. So we've got Capcom Play System 1, we've got Dreamcast, we have got Final Burn Alpha, this is an arcade emulator, original Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive, Nintendo 64, we will be testing that out. Looks like we've got 5 games. Nintendo Entertainment System, these always work well. PC Engine, that's kind of interesting. Raspberry Pi ports, is that like Doom and stuff? I'm not 100% sure, I guess we can try that later. PSP, we'll definitely be trying that. PlayStation, Residual VM, is that like old PC games? I don't know, I've never seen that before. Scum VM emulator, this is old like PC stuff. We have got script setup, 6 games available, what is that? We will have a look at that. Super Famicom, looks like the Japanese version. All games, that's kind of interesting. Favorites, so you can add games to your favorite list. And that looks like everything that's on here. So we've got a very, very good game selection. Let's just have a look and see what this is. I'm really curious to see what script setup is. Press A to go onto it. Wait, oh, it's like, okay, so this is our file manager, so we can view stuff on the SD card. Got Drastic, that's like a DS emulator. log files, copy USB ROMs to device. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can plug in a USB at the top and copy them across. Show last. It's got a terminal on here. Wait, so what actually happens if we install this? Does it actually work? This will install Drastic and enable it. Yeah, so let's just do yes. Drastic installation was not completed. Okay, so I guess we're just going to do no. If you guys need to restart it, you can either press reset, or you can just hold the power button for 5 seconds and then just go ahead and power it back on. If we press start, we can actually bring up a main menu. You can see game settings, controller settings, UI settings. You can actually change a lot with this, which is pretty cool. We're just going to go on quit. So this is how you shut down the system as well. That's kind of useful. But if you want to close this menu, you can just go on start. We've also got select. So it looks like we've got a few options in here. That's pretty much just the quit menu. So if you want quick access to the quit menu, just press select. Looks like we just selected Capcom. What we can try first is Nintendo 64. I still haven't worked out how to change the sound, so I guess we're going to find out. Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong. Oh no, are they all Nintendo? Oh no. I can try Super Mario 64. I've got to be really careful though. Okay guys, I've worked out how to change the audio. What you actually do is you hold select and you just go down on the D-pad. As you can see, we can turn it louder or make it a bit quieter. So far, this is pretty good. I'm used to the PSP and PS Vita where it'd just be stuttering like crazy and you can't even hear anything because the audio's just a mess. This is 100 times better than the PSP. Let's do some quick gameplay and we can just test it out. If you guys want to save your game, what you can do is you can actually use save slots. If you hold select and go left and right on the D-pad, you can actually save it. So as you can see, save slot 2, or you can change it, save slot 3, save slot 4. You can basically just like change save slots. Looks like we've got a fast forward feature as well. If you hold select and hold, so this would be what, right 2 at the top here, it will actually fast forward the game for you. So you just have to hold it like that. You can skip cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. That's quite a nice feature just to have inbuilt. So let's just skip this. Looks like I've got to press B on this. And let's just have a quick gameplay. So the quality of it looks pretty good. Looks a little bit pixelated, I have to admit, but it's not really too bad at all. The kind of like V-Sync in the background, is that even what you call it? Sometimes stuff in the background does look like it's glitching a bit, but to be honest, it doesn't really look too bad at all. The FPS of this is very good. I don't know if there's an FPS counter I can install, but right now, I'd say it's about 30, maybe about 60. Not really noticing much lag. It seems to be completely fine, to be honest. The audio is good, it's not lagging or anything like that. Like I said, I've got to be careful with Nintendo stuff because if Nintendo watch this, they're just going to block the video and it's just so annoying. I guess we could try some other emulators as well. But Nintendo 64, like, no, this is actually really pretty good. There's no really issues with this at all. The audio's fine and the gameplay is fine. So it looks like to quit the game, we actually have to press select and start at the same time. Is that even going to work? Press again to quit. Oh, it does work. So you press select and start at the same time if you want to exit your game or ROM. I did say we were going to check out this and we're going to see what ports are. 14 games available, so I'm just going to press A on this. Okay, so these are homebrew games. I was kind of thinking it's going to be this. Just your basic ones. We always see Cave Story, Commander Keen, you know, Diablo, this kind of stuff. Looks like we've got Doom on here as well. Oh, we've got Quake as well. That's not too bad at all, actually. I do like these homebrew games. I guess we can play a bit of Doom. Why don't we play, Doom 2. Doom does pretty much run on everything, I guess, but it's still interesting to check out and see how the controls work. Okay, so I guess we don't have the Doom WAD files. I just tried to load one up and it didn't work. Yeah, I guess we don't have Doom WAD files because they're not launching. So does that mean Quake doesn't launch as well? We can always copy these across from our computer. I guess we can try PSP then. I guess I'll make a separate video on how to add ROMs in games. Let's play... I've never heard of these games before. I guess we can play this one. Let's just press A to go ahead and launch it up. Okay, so PSP does actually have an FPS counter inbuilt to it, so that's very useful. We're just going to press X on this. I don't think we actually need to save the game. Or I guess we're going to press B. I said X because I'm used to the PSPs. I thought I knew all the Final Fantasy games on the PSPs, but I've actually never heard of this one. So I'm kind of curious to see, is this the PPSS PP emulator? I guess it is. If we press start, yeah, it is. So it turns out that every emulator is a little bit different for changing the sound. Would have been nice to have a volume button, but there you go. And what you have to do for this one is go into settings, press B, go into audio, press B again, go into global volume, press B on it, and you can just change it to whatever you want. As you can see, I changed it to 1. Let's just put it up to 3, and we're just going to go on OK. And what we can do is we can go on back, and we should be good to go. So we can go on back again. Wait, let me just go on back, and then you just press start actually. So there you go, let's just go on new game. We're not going to play the whole game or anything like that. I just want to get into a quick gameplay. Yep, yeah, so clearly PPS is PP. So there you go, because it's a PSP, it's very, very easy to save the game, so that's always nice. Let's just go back, and let's just see what it's like. So there you go, we've got a solid 30 FPS. I have to admit, the screen is flickering quite a bit, and now it's not. Maybe that was just a cutscene, I don't know.
Okay, so that is all I could film of this video, and the reason why is because I completely overheated the RK console. I have no idea how this happened. I was just playing PSP games, I was just testing some random emulators, and the whole thing just died. As you can see, when I turn it on, it displays a red LED, and that's it. The console is completely dead. I'm going to make an attempt to fix it in the future. I will probably make a video on that, but yeah, it wasn't exactly good because I was trying to make this video, and the whole console just overheated and stopped working. Anyway, if you did want to get one, of course their website will be linked in the description. They do also have an aluminium version. I believe I have that, or they're going to send it to me, so I should have a video on this one fairly soon. Hopefully this one doesn't overheat like the last one. And yeah guys, so that was pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.